I would say if I kept these data in a matrix and kept like a list of the problem numbers, and I listed the students, and I had how many points did each student, how completely did each student answer each question, I might find there are some questions that I just blew it. I didn't help people understand how to do that. So maybe as a teacher, I should be saying, what across the source of the whole group is there a problem with? And maybe I could change my teaching method so that people would be able to better capture this subject, this particular kind of topic. Or maybe I just wrote a really crap question. That never happened, but some people do that. All right, anyway, so the conclusion, I guess one of the questions I caused myself to think about after the fact is, what is the aim of a grade? Is it an incentive? I think for lots of people it is. Now it's interesting because Paula was talking about her parents incenting her to get a good grade, which is like an incentive for an incentive. So that was interesting. That's interesting. And not that that's by any means just Paula's issue. That's a really common thing. Is it a measure of confidence? Maybe. In a certain way. Is it a prediction of something? Which goes back to Dr. Newman's quote that says, some people hire the best students, serves them right. Right? What's it a prediction of? In an operations research class. Now, a little bit about an operations research class, a little bit more about an operations research class, is it's very algorithmic. There's a lot of sort of, it's not high-level mathematics, but there's a lot of math that has to get applied to this in this very algorithmic method to come up with a solution to a problem. Because basically you're trying to optimize a function given constraints. And there's this simplex method that you have all these rules, and you have to carry through all the math, and anybody break it into a full sweat. Anyway, you have to do that. I'd like to talk to you about two of the students in that class. Denise and Stephanie. Denise is one of my 100+ percenters. She got 102%. Stephanie was 91%, so she got an A-. She was the bottom A- grade. Is there a prediction inherent here? If you were an employer,
Denise is better.
Yeah, Denise is better. Well, yeah, she's over 100%. Of course, that's that's sort of what I was expecting her to say, but given the context, you're probably waiting, there's a catch here. Well, the catch is that these are both really smart young women. Well, they're not so young anymore since this was 30 years ago. But I'll tell you a little bit about the two students. Denise was very bright, but she had an incredible memory, and she was really, really, really good at take care of economic computations. So she never made a mistake that I observed. Statisticians hardly ever use absolute terms. So hardly ever probably made a mistake. So that's the way she worked. Stephanie, on the other hand, didn't like memorizing rules. So when she was in an exam, I don't know if you remember, one of the keys in the simplex method is calculating where you should pivot, where you should do the operation. And so there was a simple mathematical rule, but she never didn't want to remember the rule. So actually what she did, every time she'd come up to it, is she'd rederive it. She'd say, is it a big ratio or a small ratio? And she would rederive it. Now, if you think about it, and this is a very algorithmic, very calculation-heavy subject, and if you're taking a 1-hour exam, that would be a disadvantage to rederive the rules as you came up with them. So she didn't do as well. I'm not sure she would have been over 100% anyway, but she didn't do as well. So now, given that, are you interested in making a prediction? And the statistician's response is always, it depends, right? I had an opportunity to write letters of recommendation